Welcome from Tallahassee. It's Judy and
Hey.
Patty here again. We had a kind of an exhausting day in the courthouse, right? Because we didn't sleep too well, first of
Yeah.
all. And then we walked in the wrong direction. So
Oh,
we were
gosh,
sort
that
of
was my fault.
stressed out trying to get there because Chewy Boy was telling you that people were totally lining up early, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, before 8, I think.
She said to be there at 7:30.
Yeah, that's
But
crazy.
maybe to be in the
Yeah.
front of the line is what she meant. Because we were maybe in the back of the line, but we still got in and got seats. So.
Yeah, luckily we did, but it was crowded. It was so uncomfortable at first, just like sardines.
Well, Judy was fine at first, but some guy came in her row, which was full of adult butts. You know what I mean? If you look at the row, how many people would fit? He totally went past her and squeezed in, and I immediately saw her get shoved to where the end of the bench is with a ridge.
Yeah, there's like,
and she's like this, and
ridge
he's
of
like
wood digging into my upper thigh the whole time. I was like, I'm gonna have a bruise there. Yeah, but he was nice, he and his whoever it was, friend or partner or something. They actually said they like my channel, so if they're watching, everything's cool. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, he's actually an retired attorney from Florida. So he drove in. He said they love watching trials. So it's just one of their hobbies, I guess. Yeah. Oh, and before we went in, there were, a couple from Connecticut who also live in Florida part of the time. So yeah, it's interesting to see what kind of people show up. Yeah. So why don't we start by you telling us your observations of the jury and this morning?
Okay. Well, this morning when I first went in there, I didn't realize Zellman and the defense had asked for an acquittal. I didn't know what they were doing. It sounded to me like they were reading closing statements, like just little short summaries of their case. But then I looked up and the jury's not there. And I'm like, and then at one point, instead of Georgia objecting, the judge, I thought, objected and said,
well,
there was a train, but
he was asking pointed questions.
Right. I finally realized they were trying for an acquittal. So that's
motion for judgment of acquittal.
Right.
On counts 1, 3, I think.
So what was interesting about that was the defense kept saying Wendy is the one, Luis pointed out. Wendy is the one that did this and that. It just seemed like Wendy went, and then this is the picture I drew in my notebook. That's my beautiful artwork. That's Wendy. Wendy under the bus.
Scary.
Throw Wendy under the bus.
That's sort of Charlie too. They're just pointing fingers like, look, Donna didn't do this. Nobody said this about Donna. They said Wendy. So
Luis said, or the defense said, Donna never ever spoke with Katie. And that's when the judge interjected and said, yes, but this is set up like train cars. You wouldn't expect her. That's the whole point. The middleman is keeping them
separated.
So then the prosecution went up and their little reason why she shouldn't be acquitted. And she mentioned Donna's comment, the two of us. And then she mentioned Donna's planner, which I had only heard about recently, that she had in her planner in that month of the death. Was it in July? Somewhere in July, she has written down Dan's make and model of his car and his tag number, the color. Why is that in her planner?
Yeah, I don't think it was actually in July. I thought it was towards the back of the planner, which probably explains why Rashbaum didn't notice it and he turned over the thing to the state.
Right.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Yeah, sitting behind Harvey wasn't really fun. And when I walked into the courtroom, I kind of felt like people were staring at me, or, I could sense this evil aura maybe from Harvey.
You're a celebrity. Everybody loves you.
Like, dude, I don't want people staring at me, but so it wasn't that fun, and I hated being on camera because people were sending me screenshots of me behind Harvey, and I was like, oh my God, I look so fat.
Oh, really? They were?
Yeah. I was like, and I'm so tired. I have bags under my eyes, man. Just get me towards the back. So after lunch, I sat in the very back row. Yeah, I totally agree. We can talk more about that later. Yeah, I think Donna will take the stand. Yeah.
Well, when we
It's
came
not
back
over.
after lunch, I changed my seat and I was sitting up in the second row behind Harvey, but I was at the other end. And I was trying to like give people all these necklaces I made with spoons on them.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people were just kind of like, well, I don't think they were into my kind of humor or whatever. But
Well,
when
give
I
the
say,
explanation, because some
Oh,
people don't
okay.
understand.
when Donna was arrested, she went to jail in Miami. And then after a few days, whatever, a week, she was transported to Tallahassee. So when she got to Leon County, they put her in an isolated room for suicide, for S-Watch, I can't say, for blank watch, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they're very strict there. They have to wear a turtle suit, which is it's fabric you can't make a noose out of. And apparently you can't have silverware. Maybe they bring them sporks or play or whatever. But
Plastic spoons.
at some point, Donna got a hold of a spoon. And she was so thrilled to have it, and she kept it. She hung on to that spoon. And then another shift or next day, another guard saw it and took it, confiscated. You can't have this. She just made a huge stink about a spoon.
She was very upset about
So-
that spoon being taken
So we
away.
were just poking fun of her. I mean, I could have made necklaces with ear canals, tiny ear canals.
That
I mean,
would
I
have
just
been
wanted
weird.
to make fun of her
Yeah.
because it's kind of mean. But so I was giving people these necklaces, and when I came back after lunch, and there were these three ladies sitting by me in the second row, and they were so happy. They were like, "Oh, that's so nice of you." But then the one on the far end from me said, "Well, wait, what does this mean?" So I started explaining to her about Donna's hissy fit and the spoon and everything. And I'm done talking, and I look, and who's come in and sat down? Harvey. I think he must have heard that. I was so mortified.
Yeah, but who cares? I mean, what's Harvey
know,
going to do?
but-
Pitch a fit in front of everybody? Then he's going to get more attention, bad attention.
Yeah,
from him.
but
yeah. So, but as I mentioned during the lunch live stream with Katie, you know, I got to see Harvey's back of his head the whole time, and it sort of looked like microblading on the back of his head. Like it was bald on top, but then the bottom third had all these tiny little, you know, wisps of hair. And he had on that black jacket, which is not really members only jacket, but people were cracking jokes about it. It was black nylon, kind of like a mock turtleneck, kind of went upwards. You can see it in that creepy picture where he's like gesturing at the photographer. So hair no, I feel like if he had a hair transplant, he would have had.
He did. Well, I worked for him. He had plugs, and I can remember if you got close to him, like his assistant, you could see him, the plugs as they were healing.
Oh.
But that was in '86,
yeah,
right?
But then
and
why
so
doesn't
then
he have
he's
it?
now
So
he's completely.
So it disappears after a few years or something.
I guess, or
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, nobody's that interested in Harvey Adelson's hair. So yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Getting back to the victim here, though, of course, it's always sad when you see Dan's parents and his sister coming across to go sit down. And, you know, Ruth was really cool when she saw me. She was right in front of Harvey, but she turned and she's like, "Hi, Judy." And I was like, "Yeah."
Nice.
So Harvey knows I'm here, you know.
All right.
I guess they just have to ignore Harvey, you know, and Harvey ignores them. So whatever.
You know, if only you could take a picture in there. When I moved and was in the second row, the far to Harvey, there was this angle, and I could see Harvey, and on one side I could see Ruth, and on the other side Phil. I just wanted to take that picture so bad. I don't know why. It's just such a bad feeling of these two sets of parents who equally love their kids, but one killed the other. Like, and then the guy who talking about, oh, Donna's a typical Jewish mother.
Yeah, give me a break.
You know
That's an insult.
Ruth Markel, let's use her as an example of a very classy Jewish mother.
Yeah.
Person, really, just human being. She's just so
she's so
wonderful.
Nice. Yeah.
Full of grace. And her husband too. Yeah. They're very sweet people.
So even after lunch, she saw me. We were both walking towards the courtroom, and I noticed she does have this huge black eye area
Yeah.
under her eye. That's why she's wearing sunglasses, because she fell. And, you know, she just kind of brushed off. She's like, I'm doing okay, you know. And I was like, okay, you know, and that's pretty much it. There's really not much time to socialize. When they have breaks, like the attorneys run up there and have their little private talks. You know, most of the time people are just sitting there silent, because you don't know how long it's going to take. So that would probably get you kicked out of the courtroom if you just started talking and carrying on. So there's really, I mean, not much time to just socialize with people, but I did see lots of familiar faces today. Yeah. So who did you talk to?
Well, I also had an attorney sitting next to me. His name was Joel, and he's retired, I think, and he's from the Tallahassee area. So I don't really know a lot about him, but what was interesting about him is he came in and sat down next to me and said hi, and we were like whispering, and I guess I asked him, do you support the prosecution? And he said, I'm an independent. I'm not Republican or Democrat. And I was like, what? Like, oh, and then I got it. What he meant was just an analogy. He's not either one. He wants to wait until keep an open mind until he hears all the evidence. And he said something about implying that not me, but somebody who feels otherwise is a part of the lynch mob. That's what he said. So I don't feel a part of a lynch mob. I feel like someone who's very attentively listened to the evidence in the other trials and learning what's going on here.
No, it's not Joel from SDS.
No, not Joel. He was an attorney, a retired attorney. He came in with a baseball cap, jeans, but he took it off, and he looked about, I would say maybe late 50s. Very friendly guy. He was a nice guy. But what struck me was he doesn't feel convinced about Donna's guilt yet. I guess it's good to have an open mind and want to hear all the evidence. But I asked him, I'm thinking, certainly he didn't go to Charlie's trial. So I said, well, did you go to a Charlie's trial? Because a lot of this evidence is similar. And he said, yes, he did. So I'm like, that one I don't get. But what he said, this is what he feels very strongly, that they have not proven that before the murder, Donna had intentions to kill Dan Markel. Now, you maybe understand, it's like a lawyer thing, like intention is part of what you have to prove, and he feels they have not proven that. So like I saw Patty and Rebecca Ross and Chewy Boy, and I talked to a lot of nice people, but I maybe didn't like catch everybody's name.
Yeah, there was someone named Talia who said hi to me at the elevator, and I was like, oh, she looks so familiar. She's like, yeah, we met at Charlie's trial and stuff, and then I didn't see her again. But it was so packed this morning, and I was like, I can't stand it if every day is going to be like packed like sardines and squished into something. And yeah, but I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is just watch in the morning from the comfort of the hotel, then go there later, because afternoon is when it's less crowded, because I think some people get tired of it and they're like, okay, I'm out of here. Yeah. Okay. Somebody loves your shirt. Yes, she is the lady who had Charlie and Wendy show up unannounced to her wedding with Harvey and the office administrator.
Yeah, he was doing the video camera, and right in the middle of the vows, he takes a camera off us and he's videotaping his kids and his office manager.
So somebody left a comment saying they thought, maybe something was going on between Charlotte and Harvey, because why would he bring her to the wedding as opposed to his own wife?
Charlotte's the one who invited herself, and then she added on Harvey.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Robert had something else to do that day, and Donna took him and Harvey took the younger two kids. I'm just guessing on that part, but no, there was nothing between Charlotte and Harvey.
Yeah, I think people are just joking around.
Okay.
But so did Charlotte give you a gift?
No.
What?
Well,
that's so rude. Because she didn't do anything. She didn't videotape the wedding. She didn't give you your teeth.
I think they just wanted to come because of the novelty of it being on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
I don't think they really, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, James, mentor lawyer, he wasn't there at the beginning, but then he did show up in the afternoon. So, we said hi to each other. He sat down to my right on a different bench at the very back. And then later, some weird thing that happened was that the realtor, what's his name, Tim Kelly, he just showed up. We didn't know who he was, but he just showed up and sat there next to mentor lawyer for, I don't know, at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know. But that became an issue when the judge found out, wait a second, that witness should have been sequestered. He wasn't supposed to just walk right into the courtroom and sit there listening
Do other
to
testimony.
Yeah. So that was an issue. So they had to pause the proceedings again. And then ultimately, this realtor hardly had anything. I mean, he had nothing helpful to say. He spoke for maybe 5 minutes, very briefly. He just said that, Dan Markel had asked him to show his in-laws around to maybe look at some houses in Tallahassee, but it was back in 2011 before Dan and Wendy even separated. So I'm like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah, I know. I didn't get what was the significance of
They
that.
didn't buy anything. So the guy said he took them maybe one time to drive around Tallahassee. I was like, this doesn't help your case. That doesn't mean you wanted to move there. In fact, it means you didn't want to move there because then you never enlisted his help and you didn't buy a house anyway. Plus, that was before the whole big Pearl Harbor separation. So, so that was kind of an issue because even the what do you call it? The deputy asked James, how long was that man staying here? Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, so tell us about your thoughts about those friends that testified.
Oh, the friends that testified. Okay.
Or do you want to talk about jurors? What do you?
Oh, well, let's do jurors first.
Okay, jurors.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we both took lots of notes. Okay, why don't you start?
I'll go. Okay.
What are your thoughts?
It's true. This is a very young jury. This is also a very white jury. I noticed. I think there are only 3 people of color out of 14.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that whatever that means, but I just feel like the Adelsons are probably like a little bit racist, and that was probably better for the defense, maybe to try to, I don't know. Okay, so there, let's see. I think there's equal numbers of men and women because in the front row there are 6 men and 1 woman, and in the back row it's reversed. There are 6 women and 1 guy. But I heard this from Patty Wilson. The 2 people on the end are the alternates. They'll be the first 2 to get dismissed. And I thought she meant, I remember them saying the 2 closest to the door, but not the door I came in, the jury's door, duh. So those 2 people, that's the girl with the mask. I think maybe she had a cold. They're having her wear it so no one else gets her cold. And then another girl, both of them look like they're in their 20s to me. So there are 2 more girls. Also, I think they look like they're in their 20s. There's a tall guy. The lady on the very end, I'm pretty sure she's the one that John Steinbeck refers to as the note taker, because she does. She looks really serious about this.
Yes.
Taking lots of notes. And she's also one of the older. There's only 2 that look like they're in their 50s. She's one of them. Yeah,
she looks like maybe a grandma type, maybe late 50s or even 60s.
You think so?
Yeah, she had grayish kind of like chin length hair.
And then in the front row, like right in the middle, there's a big guy. He looks like to me like he's in his 40s. And next to him is the man, I think, who's in his 50s, the bald guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, one of the guys that looks like he's in his 20s has blue hair.
He does?
Really?
It's just
a tint. It's a tint.
There's the very young guy with blonde hair or something.
The guy closest to the gallery in the front row.
Oh, I thought he had black and white salt and pepper hair.
Maybe I'm seeing.
I don't know. It didn't look
maybe
blue to
I'm
me,
seeing
but
a
I
reflection
don't know.
or
Maybe
something.
it was just a
It looks
reflection.
bluish to me.
Because he's a little too old to be having blue hair.
Well, he looks like he's in his 20s to me.
Oh,
like late
that must be a
20s.
different person.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you'll have to figure
Yeah.
it out. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, Everett was pissed off. He saw business. He was not cracking jokes today. Yeah, that's right. The realtor was totally irrelevant today.
So earlier in the day, it really looked like the jury were paying attention, leaning forward, especially that big guy in the middle. He's really, but then after lunch, I don't know, it was so, that video, it was so boring. Like two of them had their eyes shut. I don't know if they were asleep or not, but they were all slumped this way and
I don't
that,
think
and-
they'd really be sleeping because then the judge would have said something to them
Right,
because you can't
yeah.
have the jurors.
and they might have
really
just been like
sleeping.
looking down.
Yeah, they
and
were
it
all
looks
like looking
they're-
down. Yeah, even during the forensics expert, the one that sounded like a valley curled, like I was bored out of my mind. I felt like crap. I felt like falling asleep, and the jury definitely looked kind of like pissed off and zoning out too.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point, dude? Get to the point. So yeah, I can't believe she probably spent thousands of dollars having that person flying in from Portland.
Oh, I think she said it was over 10,000, right?
Yeah,
She had-
that's what I
like,
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, okay. Thank you. Yesterday's skit, was that the one with loophole? Or, okay. Yeah. Everyone's dialing for Donna's dollars. Okay. Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Thanks, Jackie. Jackie's going to be the guest tomorrow. So,
Oh, really?
looking
Cool
forward to that.
beans.
Hopefully, I
Yeah.
can still stay awake by then. Yeah, I'm going to sleep earlier tonight. Yeah, it's indefensible. Yeah, today, look, I don't know. I kind of was happy to see that when Georgia and Sarah would go up to the stand, the jurors kind of perked up and seemed attentive. So that's good because
Yeah.
I felt the same way because during most of the defense witnesses, I felt so bored. Like there were lots of pauses and wondering like, well, what's the point? You're wasting our time. Get to the point, Oh, but getting to, yeah, Julia says 8 men, 6 women. Yeah, that's what
8
people
men,
were
6
saying.
women. So
Yeah,
I have
let me-
misidentified
Okay,
somebody.
well, I'll go
So-
through my notes, which
Yeah,
again
okay.
doesn't match up because I thought there were, let's see, because I only got 15 people, but I was sitting like at a weird angle, so I couldn't really see too well. But okay, so the first person I saw was a white woman with glasses with long straight blonde hair. She looked
Yeah.
maybe about 35 years old.
Okay.
Number 2 was this is fun, a white guy who looks like Michael J. Fox with the Michael J. Fox hair from the 80s. And he looked about 35-ish.
Oh, you got
Number 3 was a bald white guy, slightly chunky, about 45 years old.
I thought 55.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's hard to tell.
The baldness
I'm
might
sorry.
have tricked me though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4, chunky white guy with brown beard, about 45.
And a ponytail.
He did? Oh, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell. Okay.
Linebacker.
Okay. Yeah, he
Big guy.
was kind of like
Big guy.
substantial. Okay. He kind of looked like Brawny Man, right? Yeah, Brawny Man. Okay. Number 5, young, skinny, pale white guy, about 25 with blonde hair. So I liked his hair. It looked very stylish. Okay. Number 6, white guy, late 30s, brown hair with a slight beard. Okay.
Yeah.
So none of these other people look like celebrities, so it makes it hard to remember who they are. Okay. Number 7, but nobody looked like inbred white men who couldn't get a date if their lives depended on it, as Charlie would say. Okay. Number 7, skinny white guy with salt and pepper hair and a mustache, approximately 50, maybe. Okay. Number 8 was a substantial white woman in an olive cardigan with grayish blonde, I shouldn't say this, okay, grayish blonde hair, about 55 years old.
Okay,
So she
the
looked kind of
note-taker.
grandmotherly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was at the very far right. Okay, number 9, a thin, pale white guy with a slight mustache wearing a pink collared shirt and a black suit jacket. I thought that looked a little strange, but he had light brown hair. He looked about 50-ish. Then I guess I numbered it wrong. Okay, sorry. So it really is 14 people.
Yeah,
This is number 10.
Yeah.
I skipped a number. Okay, so this one, I don't mean to be offensive, but I couldn't tell what ethnicity this person was. She looked like she could have been South Asian or Hispanic. Looked to be early 30s with glasses and long hair and glasses.
In the back row?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw her later in the hallway. She had one of those stylish little backpacks. Makes people look young, because who wears a little backpack except like, maybe students or something? Yeah, so she seemed young. The number 11 was a white woman with blonde hair pulled back, maybe 35-ish. The next person was a white woman with long, dark blonde hair, and she seemed to have like very dark, smoky eyes, sort of like celebrity makeup, or, it looked cool, but I noticed that. And then the next person was an African-American woman with medium complexion, with medium length, wavy hair. She wore a mask after a while. Yeah, and she's about 40 looking.
And I thought she was 20. So
okay.
I'm probably way off. I'm young on a lot of people. Yeah.
And then the last juror on the far end, who I could hardly see,
in the front row,
was also an African American. He was a man.
Black guy.
He looked nice and normal. I don't know how to describe him. He didn't look like a celebrity that I could mention. Maybe 35 to 40-ish. Yeah. So it's so surprising that they got so many like under 40 looking people, because usually those are people who can't serve because they have jobs and kids and they can't get away from their jobs and stuff. So I really thought there'd be more retirees, or housewives or something, or
I wonder if Donna thinks that's a group of her peers.
I don't know, but it definitely seemed to be a more white jury compared to Charlie's jury.
Yeah. Do you think they did that on purpose?
Well, it could be. Who knows? I don't know who they struck out. Yeah. Oh, okay. 2 women are alternates. Okay. I thought people didn't know until the end. That's what
I thought too, but they're saying it's the lady with the mask and the lady right next to her. The two closest to the jury door. Or they're just going by what happened in Charlie's trial. Maybe that isn't standard.
Oh, okay. The last 2 to walk in are alternates. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, thank you. Supposedly the alternates are at the other end from the note taker lady.
Yes, okay. That's true.
Okay. Never look at jurors, continually flipping papers, whispering, not good witness line up. Yeah, that was a good retort that Georgia made to the old friend, saying like, is a great Jewish grandmother gonna,
dress up her
mention dressing up the grandchildren in Hitler uniforms. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I didn't notice blue hair, but I'll look next time.
It's like a shimmery, like a just a tint, not a dye.
Okay, I'll look more carefully tomorrow. Okay. Oh, thank you. Hey, Vince, like half the people last night hated Vince and were saying, they'll please never invite him back again. And he's very immature and I couldn't believe it and stuff. And the other half just totally love him. So maybe I should take a poll. But thank you. Yeah, what can we eat for like $1.20? Could we share a candy bar for $1?
Who's lazy?
That's one of Vince's channels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, thank you, Vince, for your generous donation. Yeah,
it's not very sweet of him.
Okay, that's so sweet. Yeah. Hey, Adelson, thank you for being here also. Please subscribe to her channel. And great to see everybody here.
Tennis girl.
Hey, tennis girl. I know you kept asking about Harley Davidson when he was on my show. So he has told me that he's planning to come, but he has some family issues. So he might not show up until closing. Yeah. But he lives within driving distance. So you'll be glad if he can show up on a live stream, right? Because she kept wanting to know if he was single.
Oh,
he refused to answer. So I don't know what the situation is. Okay. Okay, well, I guess it's not nice to call her a horse attorney, right? Okay. Yeah, you missed it, Donna. Well, we just did it on Sunday. Mona and I had another fancy copacetic improv comedy on Sunday, which I thought was fun, but it's only got about 2,300 views. So, people aren't coming here for the laughs, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. You two are a great team. Okay, would you like to read that?
Sure. You two are a great team. I'm smiling at how you took it all in and came here to spill it to us. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. Because, we're all in this together. We're all
we're just
on the edge of
trying,
our seats.
yeah, we're trying to get justice for Ken Markel. And even though we're like smiling and laughing and stuff, of course, once we're in the courtroom, it's all serious because we're here about Dan Markel's murder. And
it's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah.
I was talking about that angle where I could see all the parents, and I don't know. I just felt so, it was so unnecessary cruelty. Yeah. It is. There are sombering moments in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was just watching SDS on 2x speed, and Tim did give us a little bit of a legal gem. He said something about how if Donna does take the stand, then I guess there's not going to be some sort of valid argument where she could claim there's not enough evidence because the jurors could weigh her testimony in evaluating whether she had some sort of involvement in the murder. Yeah, I mean, this is like getting too legal for me, and I don't have time to go back and reread the Denise Williams Court of Appeal decision, but I did read it like 2 or 3 years ago on a previous live stream show. So anyway, but in that case, Denise Williams's first-degree murder charge was thrown out because the Court of Appeal said that the state had failed to prove that she had done some sort of overt act in furtherance of the murder. So all there was her ex-husband, Brian Winchester's testimony saying that Denise was involved in the murder. So that part got thrown out, but at least her conspiracy charge still stuck, or that conviction stuck. So she's supposed to serve 30 years in prison for conspiracy, but not murder. Yeah.
Tim said today, if Donna doesn't end up taking the witness stand, it will be because of that. Oh, Williams case. Okay.
Okay, just read that.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Adelson. Thank you for being so generous.
Hey, Adelson.
Hey.
She's so sweet.
Yeah, thank you.
I was up for jury duty and judge kept nodding off. In fairness, they were short judges and they couldn't take vacation.
Okay. Yeah, in general, it's bad when anybody's nodding off in the courtroom. So yeah, the jurors cannot look like they're falling asleep. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I felt so yucky. Yeah. Do I get vibes from the jury? I guess I'm biased, but I did sense that the jurors seemed to pay attention when the prosecutors were speaking.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
And I wasn't here last week, but if they paid more attention, possibly they got their minds so made up, they're just not really paying a lot of attention to this. And really these witnesses were, I just kept writing in my notes, so what? But what does that have to do with anything? Like it wasn't good. It wasn't helpful, I didn't think. But I do want to say this. This is the only really nice thing I can say for the defense. At least they're trying. What did Rashbaum do for Charlie? He puts up one witness and she's really to talk more about Wendy, getting her in the clear, her attorney, right, about that business. And then puts Charlie on the stand. He didn't do anything. And that kind of made me angry, even though I didn't want, a murderer to win, but he didn't even have parent support behind him. It just was, and then he had nothing but praises to sing for Rashbaum. And when you see these attorneys, they're so much better than Rashbaum. At least they're trying. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, they have to do what they can to placate their client and try to put up something. So it wasn't that hilarious that they made poor Annie come back from the airport. She was all ready to go, but then they brought her back. They asked her again about that WhatsApp Viber issue. And I thought it was great when Georgia Kappelman cross-examined her and said, well, would you be surprised to find out that you couldn't even make calls on WhatsApp until whatever it was, June of 2015? So basically calling her out on her claim that she had made a
Donna
call.
Called her hysterical.
Yeah, she had made a call with Donna. Was it the night or the same date that Dan was shot?
Right.
When there was no evidence of that phone call, because then she said, well, it must have been through WhatsApp or Viber or whatever. But even after Georgia Kappelman caught her in that lie, she was like, then it must have been Viber or Viber. But I think by then the jury is just like, who's this like nutty person who's clearly just being like a useful idiot, sort of like how Jane was the useful idiot for Wendy at her police interview. So
even though the witnesses were kind of boring, I felt in all the trial was riveting because you just couldn't wait to hear the cross from Sarah or Georgia. They were alternating. Oh, these guys have probably seen it on YouTube. So yeah, it was really exciting. But this is my first time I've been in court in a trial in person. So
yeah. Okay, so why'd they hightail it to the airport? I guess because they hate Tallahassee too. They just seem so elitist, like these rich people who came from New York and are talking about their gourmet dining club where they would eat gourmet food and dine at each other's homes or something. And made a lot of real estate money with his ex-wife, the guy who owns a computer consulting business and made lots of money with real estate, and the other guy, who was it that said au contraire? That was Ron Gutterson. That was Ron who went to Stuyvesant with Harvey. Yeah, I mean, that just sounded so pompous when he just said au contraire.
Yeah.
I was like, isn't that what Bart Simpson? That's what Bart Simpson would say.
Oh, really?
But anyway, so the two male friends, they just seemed like kind of snooty doofuses from up north that thought they were so good and, had lots of money to throw around to go on these extravagant international trips with Harvey and Donna and like elitist people. So Ron is the person who cracked his front tooth on the spare rib at the Chinese restaurant. So I was like, blame it on those Asians, right? That's how their friendship got rekindled, because he busted his tooth at the Chinese restaurant. Yeah. So they just rubbed me the wrong way. Like I felt like his whole attitude seemed too glib and jovial. And he was like, like enjoying his time in the limelight and forgetting that somebody was killed here. Yeah. So anyway,
her Ron Gutterson, he's not Ann's husband, mind you.
Life partner.
My life partner. And I can't remember who said it, but I saw somebody chatting that said, oh, you mean a sugar daddy?
Yeah, so she's no sugar baby though. So, somebody said she looked like Estelle Getty from the Golden Girls. After a while, I looked back, I was like, maybe a little bit, but I don't really get that Sophia Petrillo vibe. Shady Pines, Ma, Shady Pines. Remember that? Did you ever watch Golden Girls?
Yeah, I did, but I don't remember Shady Pines.
That's what B. Arthur would keep saying to Sophia to threaten her. We're going to send you to the Shady Pines retirement home if you keep acting like that. Yeah. Okay, I'm dating myself. Okay. Did you two see any jury reaction when Fulford said something about the clerk would shoot? Oh, I didn't notice the jury. Yeah, but that was just like a stupid little like, aw shucks, down home lady, Southern lady, y'all, some doofy attempt at humor that Fulford said. Yeah. she was a terrible witness. She would say no while nodding her head yes. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah. Yeah, I think Donna is going to testify.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm worried she won't. I hope she still does.
No, I think she is because she
Yeah.
wants to be able to explain everything. Like, for example, I'm sure she has some big story concocted about Drina Bernhardt,
Oh,
and they
right.
bored the jurors to death this afternoon by playing that boring video, surveillance video, where Drina and Donna were
That was just ridiculous.
talking.
After all that time, and then across they say, what was it? It was like, well, I'll just try to remember. Georgia said to the officer, would you defer to a handwriting expert over like just people saying it wasn't me, or, oh, look at this video, this long, boring video, it doesn't show anything? And he said, he thought about it a second, and then he said, yes. So I thought that totally threw that whole thing out, because they had the handwriting expert there the couple days before, right?
Mhm.
And
yeah, the handwriting expert was amazing.
she was.
She really knew her stuff. Yeah, Loophole is not here because I'm trying to get different guests for different nights. And, you know, once again, a lot of people like had negative comments about him, but some people just totally love him. But I'm sure he's going to have something funny on his channel soon. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. 64 San Jose, Georgia did fantastic. Yeah, I'm so impressed with the prosecution. They know this case. They are prepared because they are ready for every single defense person to lie their heads off. You know, like cross-examining them.
Yeah, they're fast on their feet.
They're
not missing a trick.
Yeah.
And Georgia looked so pretty too. She had this stripes and a blazer. I don't know. It looked like nautical.
Yeah.
She just looked
nice outfits on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do the jurors sit in the same seats every day? I can't remember.
I think they do, but we'll find out. I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, because they can't show the jurors.
Yeah.
Why does the defense not put the paralegal to work keeping track of the witnesses? She is, well, I don't know what she's doing. So maybe she feels like she's working hard doing whatever, maybe taking notes on the jurors or something. Okay, the state rested unless she's using Charlie as rebuttal for something. She won't. Yeah, I still don't think Charlie's going to testify, but
I don't either.
I know? I'm just
why
guessing.
is he even here then?
I don't know.
I think he's just here in case.
Yeah, in case
they
he
did something
flips
crazy.
That's what Katie said. Yeah, Katie Pogenschutz says, you know, you just still might need him based on how the trial goes. So it's better to just go ahead and have him here. Anyone who supports the Adelson should be side-eyed. You are the company you keep. Yeah. Okay. So people are missing Vince. The fence is a joke. Yeah, exactly. Like what does it mean to be like a typical Jewish mom or typical Jewish grandmother? I mean, you could say that, you know, in Asian cultures, people care a lot about, you know, having grandparents around to help take care of the kids too. There are lots of cultures where the grandparents are valued.
Involved.
Yeah. And plus, what about you? You're not Jewish or Asian, and I'm sure you consider yourself an involved grandma. Right?
Oh, they float my boat. It's honestly, it's a favorite part of my life right now is playing with my grandchildren. It's truth.
Yeah. Exactly. So it just made those comments about, you know, being a Jewish grandmother or being a Jewish mother. Like, what does that mean that you're so great or you're a better mom because you're Jewish? I don't know. Okay.
Well, I thought it was more like just getting into that
very close and
of like
just
Jewish
nagging
mothers
and fussing with over your kids and being intrusive. Yeah. Okay, none of the jurors were over. No, nobody looked like a hitch or a bump in whatsoever. Yeah, and like I said, I really like that young white guy's blonde with the blonde hair. His haircut looked pretty cool.
Out.
Yeah, it's like nice hair. Who cut it? Okay. Let's see.
The only one is not reacting like he should be wearing overalls. This guy spitting in the spittoon.
Who?
The lawyer.
That's what somebody said.
Zellman.
I didn't notice. But that's what people said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they would call Charlie just to say bad things about Rob. If Charlie did want to testify, then he would back up his mom. But I think that would be stupid because it would just highlight how ridiculous the extortion story was. Yeah. Oh, your mom has a small backpack. Okay, well, that's cool. Okay. Did Vince demand that you sit behind Harvey in order to ensure his newly released? What?
Oh, he released it?
Oh, I didn't know he released it. Oh, because he just like texted it to me so I could laugh about it. And I was like, I can't bust out laughing while I'm sitting in the courtroom.
Yeah.
It's like the magic of AI. Okay, I have to go watch it. Let's end the live stream so I can go watch it. But okay, well, thank you for telling me that, Sherry.
Yeah.
Okay, hi, Judy. Thank you, Sunny. How great you're there two are there together. Yeah, girl power. Were you offended when Vince called you a girl? I mean, you are a grandmother.
Actually, I don't. Yeah. I don't. It didn't bother me.
Okay. I don't like the stereotypes, but I know I'd rather have the Ruth Markel type of Jewish grandmother than the Donna type. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, Julie, I said
agree.
something very similar
Yeah.
to Judy just like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Didn't I say she would be the person to be a role model?
Exactly. She's just
Loving
like so
Jewish.
kind. She's, you know, like you can see Dan in her when people describe Dan Markel, you know, based on my interactions with Ruth Markel, I can see, you know, she is Dan Markel's mom. Like she's great at speaking. She's very diplomatic. She's very smart and sharp. And she also is like a real genuine person, like very kind and, you know, remembers things about people and, you know, has good manners. She's dignified, which, you know, you can't imagine her acting the way Donna did, you know, like talking smack about people and calling them all these names that they called Dan behind his back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. It's amazing how much of the law enforcement and judicial systems resources have gone towards this. And it's annoying because it's because of this greedy, horrible criminal family. Yeah. Think of all the dollars spent. Yeah, it was all a failure. Yeah, I think Donna's going to testify. Yeah. Let's see.
No, I didn't acknowledge Harvey. I was thinking about saying hello to him, and I just decided not to. After I heard he was rude to Susan, True Lifestyles, and if he's seen my interview with Judy, then he's going to feel like I betrayed him. He'll have a deep feeling of betrayal, and you know, and what would I say to him? I was just telling my husband this. I would say, "Hey, Harvey, you know, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry you have to go through all this, but you really shouldn't kill people. Like that's the only thing I could."
Yeah, like I know you did it. I know you guys were all involved. You piece of blink. You know, like what is there to say to him, even if you used to like him a long time ago? In a platonic way. You know, I know everyone jokes. We all joke. Mona and I joke about you and Harvey and our
but you know,
comedic. It's all comedic.
That's fair, but really, French kissing behind the X-ray machine doesn't count, right?
Okay. Yeah. Although Patty did tell me that her husband is 6'4", so. And she asked him if he was a basketball player when she met him.
Oh, do you have to tell her?
Okay. Inside joke if you guys watched the previous shows. Yeah. Okay. It's hard for you to find all those white pale people in Florida. Yeah, we're in Tallahassee, so nobody looked Hispanic, you know, except maybe that one person.
True. Yeah.
Hope he'll still do videos with Loophole. Really enjoyed the video yesterday. He's quirky. You two have good energy. He likes it when you push back.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, at least he takes insults back. You know, he said it takes a lot to insult
He's
him.
really fond of
he's not
Judy.
gonna
You can
have
tell.
He's not going to have his feelings hurt if we make fun of him too, right? So that's what makes it fun, you know. Yeah. I'm tired of the Jewish mother-grandmother pitch. Didn't know you had to be Jewish. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was telling Patty.
Good point.
Patty's a great grandma. You don't have to be Jewish to be a, doting mother or doting grandma. Yeah. Some jobs pay for jury duty. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. Or, like working for the government. Yeah. The body language. Yeah, I could tell they were zoning out during the forensic ladies, boring testimony. Yeah, that's when I finally got up and left, because I was like, I can't take it anymore. This is so physically uncomfortable and I'm falling asleep, and it just felt terrible sitting there. And then the same thing at the end of today during that jail surveillance video. Yeah, bring bingo cards. Fix Harvey's. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to watch it later. Okay. I was sad for Robert during Charlie's testimony when he said my mom doesn't like him very. Oh, yeah, that's horrible. That's horrible.
I was more than heartbroken. I was angry. What a horrible thing to say, and unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's just I come from a family who's done this, that just stab you in the back, and then I was angry when he did that. He didn't need to do that. Poor Robert. Doesn't he just look? I'm going to write him a letter, Rob. I am. I'm going to write him a letter.
Yeah.
Offer him some support, moral support.
What is this? The AA guys' kids are YouTubers and earn more money than?
The AA guys' kids.
Who's the AA guys' kids?
Who's the AA? You don't mean Judy. So
no.
The AA guy. Who's... Yeah,
I have no idea.
The sprinkler guy who sits next to the chunky boy. Oh, you're talking about the jury, right?
Yeah, I have. Oh, African American guy?
Oh,
how do you know this? Did they talk about it on YouTube? Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Alternates have been identified supposedly, but who knows? Could be a lottery on who's selected. Okay, yeah, they definitely look bored during that.
Forensic.
Yeah. Okay. What's for dinner? We actually already had early dinner at Metro
Deli.
Metro Deli. Yeah, it was so good. It was Brunswick stew.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
It was my first time at Metro Deli too.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's definitely like kind of a old historical kind of hole in the wall type of place, but yeah, it was great because we were just starving and it's just
it's Wybie. I just saw Wybie.
Yeah, that's right. You don't have to be Jewish to love your grandchildren. Donna clearly has no regard for her grandchildren by murdering their father. That's for sure. Yeah, allegedly, right? Yeah. Where are we sitting? Well, first we got separated because it was way too crowded this morning. And then later, I didn't even see Patty because I was all the way in the back row, on the defense side. And you were where?
I was in the row behind Harvey, but on the opposite side, not behind him, but by the wall.
Yeah.
I had a really good view of the jury. I want to get that seat tomorrow.
Were you comfortable? Not too many people watching?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I could lean on the wall too.
Yeah.
Like when my back hurt, I could just kind of.
That's good. Yeah. It's just physically exhausting. Yeah. Let's see. Donna will testify. She won't be able to help herself. Yeah, that's right. She wants to explain everything and put on her big performance.
Like Charlie. He just.
Does the lady have a mohawk? No, I don't see anybody with a mohawk.
No, but Patty's Playhouse had a hair problem when she had COVID. It affected her hair, and in resolving that, she ended up going with this kind of shaved on this side and like curly on top, and it actually looks very stylish. I kind of like it, but it is kind of, it's not everybody would do the look because it's kind of extreme, but I like it. Is that who you meant by mohawk?
I don't know. Yeah. Did Harvey give you a mean glare? I don't think we've really looked at Harvey. I mean, I just walked right by him every time I had to. I didn't look at him.
I avoided. He never looked towards me, but when I first walked in the morning, Donna stood up and turned around, and I just it was almost like deja vu. It happened in September too, and I immediately averted my eyes. Actually, when I was leaving and I was walking past Harvey, I actually kind of pretended to play with my
don't look at me. Don't look at me. Yeah. But it's been so many years, unless he saw the YouTube interview, I'm sure he wouldn't recognize you. So yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sherry D. Thank you for the lunch fund. Thank you.
Very nice of you.
Yeah, I have no idea Harvey was doodling because he was like right in front of me.
When I was sitting at that angle, I was dying to take a picture of his notepad and then zoom in on my phone, but you get thrown out for that if you take pictures. Somebody did today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They also kicked out that guy whose phone rang.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really mad. They're not going to give any sort of leniency. Yeah. Yes, no, I don't think they're going to bring in Charlie, but you never know. So, yeah. I'm sick of the trial and can't get enough of it. Am I weird? No, you're not, because it is very time-consuming and exhausting.
I know the feeling.
Is there a trans person? I mean, nobody looked trans to me.
I didn't notice anything, but I did say it was split half and half, and somebody corrected me. It's one more guy. Like when the 2 women leave, the alternates, if they leave, it'll be 8 men and 4 women. So I'm off by somebody.
Okay, thank you for putting the link to Adelson's channel. Her mother was murdered back in 1982. So her channel has to do with getting justice for her mother, Nancy Galfani. Yeah. Hey, observation. We actually know each other in real life because she doesn't live too far from me. Yeah, thank you for being here. Yeah, thanks, observation. Do you think Wendy will flee? Well, she could, because, I'm sure she learned her lesson from Donna. So if she were to flee, she should just, take a boat to Cuba or cross over to Mexico, do something more sneakier and then getting a flight someplace else. Yeah. But wasn't she so confident years ago that the state wasn't going to decide to arrest her? So I don't know. I think that's all an act now. She is scared. Yeah. The fence is way outmatched. Harvey must be tightening the wallet. Yeah, I could just see him wanting a refund later. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know him that well.
Who single?
Harley Davidson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who was on one of my live streams. Yeah. I mean, somehow I think he is, but he refused to answer and just wanted to drop the subject. So, hey, Mona, thank you for being here. We got to do something fun next week. Yeah. Okay. Is Charlie in town? Yes, he is. And you should watch Tanika's 2 cents for that van ride video where Charlie looks like a homeless person and he's like so excited to get Wendy's chicken nuggets or chicken tenders, a biggie bag.
He's talking to himself, and I mean, he's really at one point was shaking his finger at like an imaginary person.
Yeah,
it was like
that was
it was a little bit creepy.
Yeah,
like he's losing it mentally, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, thank you. It's definitely kind of cool to be here in person. Yeah. We could get with what Vince donated to us, we could buy a box of mac and cheese. Everything is overpriced here. They do have like this little snack store downstairs in the hotel lobby, but I'm sure it costs more than $1. So yeah, thank you. Okay. So hey Kim, thanks for being there. I absolutely love Vince. He's a straight shooting arrow. Okay. Sunday was good. Thank you. Hey, yeah, thank you. Yes, Tanika's 2 cents. She has the exclusive video of Charlie in the back of the van. Yeah, definitely
check that out.
Yeah. Twitter says Charlie is testifying tomorrow. Okay. Well, I wonder who posted that then. Yeah, because I thought that Donna has someone flying in to testify tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what people have said. They said that perhaps the attorney said the person was flying in tonight at 10 p.m. I don't know. It's all just a guess. So we'll be sure to report to you guys as quickly as we can. As soon as there's a lunch break, I'll be on again. Yeah. Thank you, Lucy, for being here. Yeah. Vince, you're so generous. Yeah. Watching SDS for Joe Patuto and Tim, but then a rewatch everybody else, especially Lawyer Lee. Yeah, actually, Lawyer Lee emailed me about a week ago, and she said she wanted to collaborate. So I was so excited, and I wrote back to her, but I haven't heard anything else so far. But that's okay. I mean, it's just, like scheduling things is pretty tough, especially when the whole day is spent at the courthouse. Yeah. It's a holiday weekend, so don't judge the double Donna videos humor. I absolutely okay. Thank you.
Yes, me too.
Patty, I told Patty today that we had actually made a joke about her again. So Patty is like a constant butt of jokes because Donna Sue can't stand her. She's like, I know you wanted to get with my husband, but you couldn't have it, Patty. Patty, that's why I got rid of you. I was secretly happy when she got into that car accident. So we had an excuse to get rid of her because I knew she wanted my man. I had to get rid of all the young hussies that wanted to climb on top of my husband. So anyway, that's just like a taste of our wacky humor.
Yes.
Mona and I do comedy. Like there's always like people that we know through YouTube that we try to make fun of. So, but it's all in good fun. It's not.
I
like
love
we
the
mean to
two
be
Donnas. I love Mona.
Thank you.
It's like Judy does the kind of like whiny Donna, and Mona's like the no, now Donna, we're gonna do this, and like she's got, I don't know, she comes up, she's fast on her face.
Yeah.
And then you, of course, take the cake. Nobody does Donna like you. And you even sing like Donna, and you make an awesome June.
Oh,
June's the
I
best.
do a more realistic June than a Donna. So part of the fun is that there's some younger Asian woman who is trying to be a older Jewish grandma that most likely committed murder. But anyway, so thank you guys for humoring me and these like wacky hobbies and stuff. Yeah, 2 more trials. Well, I definitely think Wendy will be next. Still on the fence about Harvey, but we don't know what the state has. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. You have a man crush on Vince. Okay, love his type of. Well, we don't know. He could be bisexual. Okay. Okay. I have to see it. Okay. As soon as we get off of this live stream, I'll go watch the video then, because I didn't know it was out yet. Yeah. Just came in from out of town visitors week. It interfered with and it almost interfered with your awesome comedy too. So I'm glad you were able to take some time to do that with me. Okay, tech 2x speed. Yeah. Is Tim still a Wendy sycophant? I roll. Well, he's hard to read because sometimes he says this that seems like he thinks Wendy's going to get arrested. Then he like waffles to the other side. I don't know. I mean, I think he loves the attention, but I do appreciate him educating us about the criminal justice system here in Florida. So that's great to hear. But, sometimes he has kind of gotten on my nerves too. And he doesn't support my channel anyway, so I can speak freely about that. Yeah. Okay. You're hilarious when you do Donna. Yeah, the friend is Mona.
Mona. Hey,
Mona, who is here. Yeah, and Mona does an authentic New York City Jewish accent because her parents were from here. But she actually grew up in Maryland, and she lives on the West Coast now. Yeah. So I think she said that she was aggravating her husband by constantly practicing the New York Jewish accent to get ready for the extreme show. So yeah. Yeah. Well, what did she say? She was like, there's nothing wrong with a family sitting by the water. That's what you do when you live by the water. Yeah, I can't do it justice. Okay. We got to do something next week. Yeah. Well, I mean, what are we going to do with ourselves next week once the trial is over? Yeah. Are there other cases that you're totally into?
Not currently.
Hey, Greyhound, thanks for being there. No other
I was
cases.
interested in what's it, Washington versus Ali and Ali, which was an attempted honor killing, but that's already over with. They're already in jail, so it was like
What was
gone.
What was that about? They killed their daughter.
A man. Well, if you're from certain countries in the
Middle East,
Saudi Arabia area or whatever, you have to marry who your parents choose for you. And then people who move here and their kids are young, the kids grow up more in the American culture and they want to pick their own spouse sometimes. And that's what she wanted to do. And her dad was forbidding her to see her boyfriend in high school anymore. And she wasn't complying. So he showed up. He and his wife showed up at school one day, right after school. And he knocked her down and started choking her. And the boyfriend was trying to pull him off. Other students were trying to pull him off. A driver in the street stopped his car.
I did hear about it. Yeah, it's horrible. And weren't they found not guilty?
No, I thought they were both convicted.
Oh,
but
okay. I'm sorry.
It was like in and out of the news, and it was gone.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I do have to Maybelline 24-hour long wearing lipstick, which is great because it's not like smearing off when I drink and
That's
stuff.
true. Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Oh, what was this? Mentor Lawyer Deep Dive. I watch always. If it weren't for them, I doubt any of these other tubers would be covering it. Kills me that others who only started covering it aren't getting 3 to 5K in. Yeah, I mean, I totally support James's channel. He said hi to me in the courtroom this afternoon, but he's so busy. He has a real job too and family that he has to take care of. So I always support his channel, watch all the ads. I'm a member, Patreon. So he's done the best work out of everybody since maybe 2016-ish or something.
Yeah,
he's covered it. He's the first person who covered Dan Markel. And he's friends with Dan's parents too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
James has less than 200. He also paid. Yeah, that's right. He spent a lot of his own money getting things. Yeah. And paying his interns and college students to help him. Yeah. As a grandmother, I'm so offended that Donna felt Wendy and the kids needed to move to Miami. Get over yourself, lady. What do you think?
Seriously, I just can't even put myself into those shoes and see how they, like, I wouldn't be driving my 28-year-old grown daughter with her babies 9 hours because she can't drive herself. Like, they just treated her like a little baby. And
well, she probably acted like a damsel in distress. That's how Jeff would describe her. That she's not good at adulting. She always needs people to help her, and people do her favors because she's so hot looking and stuff. So that did seem so selfish that Donna felt very entitled to Dan's children. And she thought she was more important than their own father.
Exactly.
So offensive.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Why did trial end so early today? Yeah, that's what I was surprised too, because I left because I couldn't stand sitting there anymore, being bored out of my mind with the video. So soon after I left, I noticed the you call them deputies or the sheriff's, the bailiffs. Yeah, they're all in the hallway near the elevator. And it turned out the members of the jury were all like coming down the hallway to get into the elevator to go home. I was like, oh, I guess it's over then for today. So people are saying because the defense didn't have their next witness yet.
Oh, is that what it was?
Because supposedly somebody said they have a witness who's getting in at 10, which we assume is 10 p.m. So that's why I think it ended early. But I think everybody was happy with that. It's like, yay, we can get out of here because today was really boring.
So I wonder if Donna will take the stand tomorrow, though. I wonder if that's their last witness.
Because was it Joe Patito who just said on SDS today that she thinks they would sandwich the witnesses? So there could be that out-of-state witness tomorrow morning, followed by Donna, followed by one more witness. Because
Really?
she
What?
didn't, I'm pretty sure it was Professor Patuto who said this, but it could have been Tim, maybe. But they thought that most likely the defense would not end with Donna. Instead, they would want to sandwich her between different witnesses, probably because they know Donna's not going to be that credible. And she's unpredictable. So it's better to have some sort of like good, dependable witness as a buffer before closing.
I just hope their last witness then isn't some surprise slam dunk. Like, all they have to do is get one, right? One juror swayed to think reasonable doubt.
Yeah. Hey, Sully. Jury has made their minds up where they're not supposed to, but I mean, they just seemed like they were attentive and supportive whenever Georgia and Sarah Catherine Dugan spoke, which made me happy. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Allison. Contribution to the lunch fund. Thank you so much.
Aw.
Thanks. I'll pay for lunch tomorrow. Yeah.
No,
Or we can go back down and get something because it's still bright out, it's not even well, I guess it's dinner time now. So even though some people may say they do not like Vince, I noticed the views are always very good when he's a guest. I really like him. Okay.
Well, and I want to say this. Vince is just his shtick. He's like the shock jock, that part of him, the comedian.
He's being a comedian.
He doesn't mean any harm. He's not trying to hurt anyone. Some people are offended because he gets too crude. But if you can overlook that, and actually I can, I don't know if I'm so old. I'm just like, oh, you know what? I just want to light.
Patty lets it hang out. She lets it all. She's like, who cares? I don't care what people think about me. Let me tell you what happened with my ex-husband or the the problems I've had and family.
I do care a little bit what people think of me, but I don't care enough what others think about me to stop me from doing something that I think is important, which might be talking about SA or something else personal that's happened to me, but happens to a lot of women. And I'm not going to bring it up, but if somebody asks me, I will share the information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I know I'm weird, but
it's okay.
I march to the beat of my own drummer. Is what I'm saying.
What I love about Patty is that she is very authentic and open about things. Sometimes with some people, they're just so concerned about appearances and being tactful and to me it's kind of boring. Like if you talk to somebody that has their guard up the whole time and they don't want to speak freely.
Right.
So, so I appreciate you being willing to come on and laugh with us and share things and, just be really candid about your thoughts. Yeah. Okay. What was the point of today's witnesses and the hour-long jail video showing nothing? Yeah. I think the jail video was supposed to show that it was that evil Drina who targeted Donna, and Drina was doing the stuff like bringing out the notebook and writing and stuff like that. But I still think the video bored people to tears because it was like a far away surveillance video that wasn't very clear. And whereas you had Drina Bernhardt coming in to testify very clearly about what Donna wanted her to do and what Donna promised her, I thought that riveted people's attention as opposed to having this convoluted, super long, boring video.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Today's private investigator proves that Adelsons could easily pay for a private investigator. If I were a juror, I think why they didn't do anything in 2014 or weren't even
curious.
Exactly. It's like you have all this money at your disposal and you don't even give a hoot about helping to figure out.
And even more than them, Wendy, who lost the father of her children, never called. She wasn't every week saying, okay, what's the update? Tapping her foot, like, what's going on with the case? What are you guys doing? What do you need me to do? Like, even if she was the divorced wife, I wouldn't hate my ex-husband so much that I wouldn't cooperate, if somebody murdered him.
Who was Dan's friend who said word was going around saying he was shot at his front door? On Mentor Lawyer? I don't know. I guess I'm missed that one.
I did hear there was that confusion or miscommunication. I don't know who said it or where it
'cause
was, but
it was
yeah.
Rob that testified that that's what Donna
oh,
said.
he was told,
right?
Oh, maybe.
I think. Let's scroll down in case anybody knows exactly what that was about. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. The video just proved that Donna did what she's always done. Donna wrote papers for Wendy, especially for her divorce. Yeah, she's all about playing games and manipulating people and plotting and putting a lot of forethought into how am I going to manipulate people and get away with it.
Yeah.
And that's, oh, thank you, Jackie. Yeah, Rob testified to it, but was there also a friend of Dan's that said that? Yeah, I don't recall seeing that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what Donna told Rob. Yeah, Donna's bestie was clearly trying to lie for it. That's right.
I hope Rob doesn't have to testify for Wendy's trial, because that was painful. It was painful for me to watch it, and it was obviously hard for him. And also, did you notice when Wendy came in and they asked her to identify her mother? Didn't she get a pained look in her eyes?
Yeah,
like,
she didn't want
she
to
almost
look.
looked like, yeah,
she didn't want to look over.
And then she's like, well, I can't see her clothes, but she's right across from me. And she wouldn't have been. She would have been on an angle, right?
Yeah.
Like the witness,
yeah, you can see what your mom's wearing. She just didn't want to get a good look at her. Yeah, why didn't Wendy go to the hospital? Did you see that when the victim advocate told her that Dan was still alive, Wendy said, that's a game changer. Yeah, exactly. That the first person, as far as I recall, who brought that to our attention was Julia Cowley. She's the former retired FBI agent who was also on one of my live stream shows. And she said that on Jay's channel when Jay interviewed her about a year or more ago. Yeah. And that is bizarre. You know, she didn't go to the hospital. She didn't tell Dan's best friend, Tamara Demko, that Dan had been shot. So Tamara couldn't go see him before he died. And then she made that weird comment about that would be a game changer once the victim advocate mentioned, well, you know, he's not dead yet. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, you're not invisible. We can see you. So thank you for being here.
To call his parents.
Yeah.
With kindness.
Yeah.
She was married to their son. She wouldn't even call them and tell them.
Well, she claims she didn't have their phone number, but she could have made some effort to try to maybe, you know, contact somebody else that would know. Or how about, you know, I mean, they could have Googled or something to figure out how to get in touch with Dan's parents. So they could have shown up before Dan died. Yeah. So let's see. What the Adelsons didn't do at times was as bad as what they did do at times. Yes, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, okay. Ironic that Adelsons wanted to go 9,000 miles for peace, but couldn't stand going 500 miles to visit Wendy and the boys in Tallahassee. Yeah, that's so true. And that's why, again, the friends didn't help Donna's case at all, because the friend that people said looked like Larry David, the guy that came in with a walker, Rich Chagrin. Yeah, he was the one that was clearly lying, because when Zellman was talking to him, they made it sound like, oh, yeah, it was all Richard Chagrin's idea that they buy a one-way ticket to go to Vietnam. He told them that, but then on cross-examination, he admitted that he had said at his deposition he was just a conduit for the tech, because, you know, Donna and Harvey needed help with the technology and getting the tickets. She said, did you help with the travel planning, or were you just a conduit for the technology? You said you were there because you were more computer savvy. Yeah. And then.
So do you think the Adelsons told him, like, can you just change it a little bit and say this? Like, I feel like some of these people were coached.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, because Donna's great with coaching people, right? She had like a whole plan.
She had a whole script for Trina.
Yeah, Coach Trina Bernhardt, Coach Wendy on what to do. Yeah. Okay. Well, so I think we're getting ready to wind up. Oh my gosh, I thought we'd be on for like 30, 40 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There could have been a way to contact them. Give me a break. How about just a Google search or asking that a Google search be done? Yeah.
Are we going to visit any places of interest related to the
Patty
case?
and
like
Donna?
ABC
I'm
liquor?
not Donna. Like Donna? Oh, are you going to visit?
Donna, well, you are a good Donna. So
It's true. Patty
the
actually,
restaurant where
Patty
Wendy
has a
was
car,
at.
but we've just been staying at the hotel and the courthouse, just back and forth. This is our singular purpose, right?
Yeah.
Is to watch the trial.
So
Yeah.
Wilt, I heard that the mosaic is no longer there,
Yeah,
like for a couple of years now. So we couldn't go visit there. But
Red Eye
I
Coffee.
do want to go to. I don't know if I will, but I do want to go to the park where they have a bench dedicated
Yeah.
to Dan. I would like to go see that.
Oh, Winthrop Park.
I don't know if
Okay.
I will or not, but
Yeah.
someday I will. If it's not this trip, Wendy's trial.
Yeah. Well, True Lifestyles drove me there the last time during Charlie's trial. And, you know, it's sad going there because you see all these parents and their little kids on the swings and climbing and running around and stuff. And you can really envision Dan Markel being there with his two little boys, and to
Yeah.
think like, wow, Dan was standing right here, or his kids were right here. And so there's this nice bench with a little memorial plaque, which Tamara Demko and other local friends decided to put there as a memorial. And I think it was the first anniversary of his death that they also collected a bunch of toys and just put them on Dan's bench so people could take them. Yeah, just to give toys away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nice of them. Yeah. So, and Tamara's still there attending trial. So she's a very loyal friend. Yeah.
I didn't know she was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where
Actually,
was she sitting?
I saw her walking in front of you when you came out of the building. When I saw you from far away, she was somebody that looked like her appeared to be in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's definitely still here watching. Do you think the FBI has as much wiretap data on Wendy, or are they still trying to build the case? Well, I have no idea, because a lot of the evidence in the previous trials really, focused on that individual defendant. So as each trial has progressed, we've seen more and more evidence come out against Wendy. So yeah, so the question is, the answer is, I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you are here. Thank you for being here, Logical. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Young Black Economist is here. Poor Dan, when he asked her friend, should I go? And she's like, no, not you.
Oh, I like that comment. And Nilly, was it?
Yeah. Wendy is an immigration attorney. She can't even make it from Miami to Tallahassee. Yeah, I thought it was funny how during her direct examination, she said, I'm an immigration attorney. I was like, that's BS. Like, I don't think she's really been practicing law for years and years.
Yeah.
Like she had some cushy job because of her friend at Vault Health. But that ended probably around 2022-ish, maybe earlier.
Yeah.
And
she graduated law school, the Miss Valedictorian, right? She doesn't know what contempt of court.
That was high school.
Right. That's what I mean. She was a valedictorian who also went to college and law school.
Yeah.
And she doesn't know what contempt of court means.
Yeah. Or
like,
she pretends.
She not only went to law school, but she was a valedictorian. Like she was supposedly smart, right?
Well,
and what was the other thing she didn't know? Some other legal issue she didn't know. I'll think of it
something
later.
About
there was something else she
prejudice. I don't know. I can't remember.
I'll have to think about that.
Yeah. Wendy said, you can see the car as she's looking. But yeah, she knew he was shot in the car. What about Wendy calling Tamara Demko, asking her if she knew how? She could have. She could have. If I have no idea. Of course, she would just say she was just so overwhelmed and she was so scared. Her mind was going off in so many directions. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, thanks to the other YouTubers like Fancy Fiction and True Lifestyles, they drove me all over the place to take me places. So at this point, it's like, well, I'm just tired and I have some phone calls to make for my real job. So I don't really care to go
And
out on the
actually,
town. Yeah. And the food here is really good too. We're at this hotel that has a pretty good restaurant. So yeah, so we have everything we need. Yeah. Not having the Markel's numbers bull. What mother deletes numbers where her kids may be reached? I still have numbers in my phone of my now grown kids' friends. Yeah. Hey, Rebecca, it's nice to meet you
Hey,
again
Rebecca.
today. Yeah, so she was there in the courtroom also. Okay. Yeah, Annie is like Wendy's Tova. Yeah, the best BFF who will just support their friend regardless of what evidence is out there. Yeah, feel like they were paid. Yeah, that's the one that's on Loophole Lawyer. People are saying there's like a clip where there's a AI generated thing of me massaging Harvey. I wonder if I'm wearing one of those Chinese peasant hats too. Should I be offended? No, I will laugh at it. Yeah. Okay. You apologize? Okay. Yeah, Mosaic closed down years ago. It is now Mojo's Pizza. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, if I needed an exit number, I'd just log into AT&T and pull old phone records, called them at some point. Those, yeah. Although Wendy had already, she was sitting in the police interview room, but she still could have made more of an effort. Yeah. So how about not deleting your children's grandparents' contact info? Wendy was still in touch with Tamara. She was substituting at the university. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mom was right too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. But we're fine. I mean, I'm happy just chilling out here. We're here really to see the trial.
And
but we do
bit,
have a car.
Yeah, I'm a little bit relieved too, because I'm old and tired. And I thought, oh man, Judy's going to be wanting to go off here and there and meet another YouTubers. I actually even told her, if you want to meet with anybody, you can take my car.
It's okay. It's okay. I just feel kind of like a homebody because I didn't sleep well last night. I'm so sleepy.
Oh, did I keep you awake?
No, I think it's just the terrible pillows here. There was something that sounded like grass cutting or some sort of machinery outside early this morning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and she deletes all her texts too. Yeah. Wendy's saying they told her what happened to Dan. Yeah, that was such BS. I mean, we all knew that was a lie because you can see clearly in the police interview that Isom, throws the news at her while she's being recorded. I have bad news. Dan's been shot.
Because I thought even he, in his testimony, said he told her in the car, it's about your ex-husband being shot.
Oh, no. Because she said this because Wendy surprised everybody, at her testimony during this trial, claiming now that Isom told her already that Dan had been shot, because that makes no sense given what we can clearly see. Again, thanks to Deep Dive True Crime for getting that police.
And did you see Wendy repeat her lie from trial 1 about I didn't turn on to Trescott?
Yeah,
it was blocked right there. I just made a K-turn.
Always changing her story. Yeah, very inconsistent. Yeah. Okay, I can't talk anymore. My throat is hurting. So, yeah.
Don't talk. I'll read the rest of them. I recognized PattyN immediately. Can't forget that story of Harvey coming to her wedding to take photos and only took pictures of his uninvited kids. That's Vexatious Parrot. Was she in the courtroom?
I don't know.
You mean you recognized me there?
I don't know.
Anybody who's in the courtroom,
here. Yeah,
please come up and introduce yourself, because I don't know what anybody looks like. I want to find new crime wifey, true crime wifey, whatever. She's local, so I think she might be there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's she do all day? Probably rehearsing her lines in front of a mirror. Wendy didn't want to contact the Markels, as she said in the cop interview. They're going to think I did it. Oh, thank you, Katie. Yeah, with prejudice. She didn't understand. Yeah, Katie and I did a last minute live stream today during lunch. So thank you so much, Katie. Hopefully we can meet again this week. Yeah, but she's busy with her cases also. Thank you. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Is that funny? Those effers are so cheap. Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta love Mia Wallace.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, MSJ. Okay. It's just. Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's Lacasse made it seem like Wendy just kind of coasted by because people would always bend over backwards to do her favors and help her and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, let's get some dinner here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me
Yeah,
see.
and isn't that,
thank
did
you.
anybody else think
Thank
that
you,
was
Sheila.
weird when she did have to get another lawyer? She gets a disgraced, fired judge. Doesn't it almost just seem like fitting? Like, of course
Yeah,
he would
that's
go
what
for
people. That's what
the
people
one
keep
willing
saying.
to
It's
be
like she
devious.
found her match, like a
Yeah.
lawyer that's similar to her. Like they could be sisters. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Joel from SDS had a book signing at Hearth and Soul, and he was saying that used to be Mosaic.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, at least these attorneys are local, so they're familiar with the courthouse and the procedures and the judges and stuff. And Jackie Fulford, you know, she did work as a prosecutor for many years there or here. Yeah. Yeah, we're glad to be here together.
I love seeing Patty Wilson. She's the first person I saw when we were in line to go into court. Like, she's the first person I saw that I recognized. And she just gave me this big smile, and it was so genuine and just made me feel like welcome, included. I just love that about her. And I'm not going to name any names, but there are a few YouTubers who are like a little more
Standoffish.
elitist, or yeah, they're like, you know, I'm not going to talk to you. Who are you? Like, I don't know. They're a little bit too impressed. They're too big for their britches. That's a good saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, I'm not sure about Ritu, but Janine was interviewed, and that interview was also on Deep Dive True Crime. Janine is it Silverman or something? She was an oncologist as well as a psychiatrist. But the weird thing is that this friend of Wendy's, it looked to me like she was trying to lie to the police officer because she kept claiming that she didn't call Wendy and leave her a message saying, I knew exactly that this would happen, right? I knew this was going to happen. So she just kept lying straight to the police officer and saying, no, I didn't call her. And then he confronted her with her cell phone, something like that. I mean, It's been a long time since I've seen that police interview, but they did speak with at least Janine. And I don't think she said anything that was really against Wendy, or, you know, I don't think they asked her what Wendy's demeanor was like. Yeah. Yeah, it's to be a vicious place. It's nice seeing a real friendship. Yeah, it's great being here with Patty. She's fun. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and she also made me this nice custom made bracelet, which is very beautiful. And it says Judy 5, I guess because of 5 years on YouTube. Yeah. So thank you so much for the gifts. And she's been giving out her necklaces to people too. Yeah. Yeah, we'll stay out of trouble. We're not going out to Roadway Inn or Budget Inn. Roadway.
Oh, thank you, Rosemary.
Yeah.
That's very nice
Thank
of you.
Yeah.
Oh no, Judy is the generous one. I love Judy. I told her. I hate to say it because it sounds weird, but I told her once, I really want to adopt you.
Oh,
you know, because
I made some joke about how so many people adopt little Chinese girls, you know, little orphans from China. Like, yeah. But by the way, I don't really consider myself Chinese. I consider myself Taiwanese American.
That's what I thought.
Because, you know, there is a distinction since Taiwan, you know, it's like culturally different. And, you know, growing up, my parents would always, you know, remind us we're not Chinese. We're not from China. You know, our family's been in Taiwan for like 500 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time since I separated from the mainland. Yeah. So, let's see. One lady from lunch sent Wendy an ugly text accusing her of murder. Really?
Really? How'd she have Wendy's phone number? Or maybe it was a...
What lady from lunch? You mean someone who had lunch with Wendy that day? That's interesting.
Oh, one of her
Okay.
friends did?
Well, I don't recall. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a total lie and news story this time. Just like the banana bread story was a new lie the last time. Yeah.
I mean, do you think it's even possible he would ask Donna to babysit for him if Wendy couldn't? Wendy gets first right of refusal, and he's trying to get the court to like
make
only
it
have supervised visits.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
I just can't believe
No,
that.
she told Isom she listened to a message from Lisa that something happened on Trescott. Then Isom told Wendy the full thing. Then Wendy. Okay. Well, good thing all that stuff is now available on YouTube. I mean, can you imagine before YouTube, like nobody would know any of this stuff? Yeah. Court tomorrow. Did they say what time to come back?
I think he said 8:30 and we'll start at 8:45.
Okay.
Those two times.
I was gone by then. So
oh, right.
Yeah. So I would assume
talking to the
8:30ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we should get there by 8. But like I said, I think most likely I'm just gonna sleep in and just chill out from the hotel.
I'm still gonna go though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
I'll go
And
after
go
lunch
when you
eventually.
feel,
Yeah, I just don't want to be all stressed out and rushing there.
Oh,
Squashed
vexatious. Thank you for saying that. I'm not a star, really.
Oh.
I'm just a normal person, but I care. I care deeply, you know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hope you feel better soon. HA.
COVID, no.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's just skip down because we really should get going and my throat hurts from talking too much. So yeah, thank you. 8:30, everybody here. Yep. Yeah. But it's almost just as good or sometimes better to watch on YouTube. So you guys who are not in Tallahassee don't feel like you're missing out, because sometimes when Kappelman would speak, I couldn't even understand some of the things she was saying because I was sitting too far away. It's hard to hear.
That's true. You can hear the witnesses better than I thought you could, but you can't hear the attorneys. So those mics, I don't think are very good, or maybe they're not close to them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys, everybody. It's time to get going, but I hope you guys have a good night, and we'll do some more recaps tomorrow as soon as there's some sort of break, like around lunchtime, as well as the evening. And Jackie St. Germain is going to be the guest tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So thank you,
Love
Patty.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, you're so
welcome. Thanks, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Justice for Dan.
Thank you.